Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Emporium. I am your host and Dungeon Master Bushy. A quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors, Lost Boys Pizza, and also to tabletopaudio.com for the awesome music and sounds that we use. Let's have a quick intro from our players.
Hello, I'm Cinzita Zoe. I am a high elf druid.
Hi, I am Castor Rondell and I'm a draconic sorcerer.
Hello, I am Felix Short Bottom, whichever you prefer. I'm halfling, I'm bard, and I'm really fucking annoying.
Okay, unfortunately with our Reginald this evening, but he will be back. In the meantime, the other
I'll try
players,
and cover him,
yeah. Good. Okay, so quick recap. You found yourselves in the city of Cymbra, where you had a very delightful shopping session last time, surrounded by a mysterious benefactor that provided you with some nice little gifts in return for your service, with a warning that if you fail to do as they have asked, there will be consequences. In the meantime, you've met blacksmiths, you've met the host of the Crooked Spire where you are currently residing. You understand that there is an adventurers guild called the Leave It To You Adventurers Guild. There are blacksmiths, and the town or city is run by 7 judges. We ended the session last time where you were asked to collect an item that has gone missing from raids or bandits or something out in the desert surrounding the city. You know that the blacksmiths have also asked for their wares to be procured, given that iron ore and other ores are hard to come by. And you know that Rifty's School of Magic is also missing items and would like them returned. So, you find yourselves the morning after all of this excitement. You have your new gifts, and Felix also has his goggles of night vision.
Got to take him back.
We've got to take them back. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I did see you. I hope she's not well disappointed.
No, I think I spun some magic on her.
Definitely worthwhile.
Okay, so we bring ourselves round to the following morning. So you wake up all nice and refreshed, having had a interesting evening. You know that portal stone, that bit of rock that took you through the several planes and into a sewer below the city, is still in your possession, and it will be collected by your mysterious benefactor. You don't know what the item is that they've asked you to collect. You've got some investigation work to do potentially, but you don't know how you can get in touch with them either.
But didn't they say we're going to go see some people, the people who move the stuff in and out? Didn't they say to go there
Oh, yeah.
to ask them?
The postal service equivalent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
caravan
the
people.
mail people.
But they apparently said that they're caravans. I'm sure we did.
Yes, caravans.
So should we need to go see your woman, give her your
And we
goggles
need
back.
to go and get Reggie. Even though we've got a new sword, Reggie wants us to go and pick his bloody sword up.
Yeah, so we can take your goggles back, ask them what we're looking for them,
Yep.
pick up the sword, ask them what we're looking for them,
Yep.
then head on to the caravan people, and hopefully... But I'm sure we were not looking for... Was it not a wooden box? Did they not say there was a small wooden box?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we're looking for them, isn't it? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah?
So
Okay.
Go to the school rafters,
Yeah, sure.
see you lady.
Do we want to get more healing potions or have we got enough?
We can do, it's just whether...
I've never known a party.
I'm paranoid.
It's like
I'm gonna die.
hoarding.
5
And also, you've got 5.
healing potions.
Okay, in that case we're cool.
We're good.
We need more healing potions.
I'm really
I'm
worried I'm
gonna
gonna
relax,
die.
right?
Okay.
Reggie ain't here, so guess who's going in first?
Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
we killed your character.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry,
really sorry.
Reggie. We didn't get enough healing potions. Sorry. I'm just fine.
Okay. So first up,
Rafters?
Yeah.
let's do it.
Rifty's School of Magic.
Rafters.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
With Bella. Right.
With Weller, if she's on today.
Oh, because
She will. She'll be waiting.
Maybe
for you
she
to
got
get
an
the answers
hangover.
back. Maybe she's waiting for you somewhere. You never know.
Come on then, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, crack on.
We go down here,
Alright.
straight through the door.
Through the door to the shop.
Yeah, past the school
Yeah, I
bit.
think so. Let's go to the shop first,
Okay.
because that's where it's going back to. Because I might dodge a ball up there and just hand the goggles back and get my blood back. I just want my blood
Oh,
back.
I forgot to shed your blood.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So you go into the shop, and there is a nice wizardy cold settles over you again, and nice eerie mentality through it all. And behind the counter of the shop stands a man
Ooh.
You're not well,
Oh, bloody hell.
in a brown robe, hood up, looking quite pious, almost like a priest rather than a magician, wizard. Probably shouldn't say that to you guys. Sorry.
Is Weller around today?
Weller. Well,
I like what you did
How long
there,
have you been
sir.
waiting to say that?
I get my drum out and I go,
unfortunately, no, she's not around today.
She got a day off?
I'm not entirely sure what she's doing. Bartholomew, by the way.
Hello,
I know
Bartholomew, how are you?
So keen to ask. So,
He's not sassy, is he? Yeah. Okay, first things first. I picked up a rose on the way, and I say, could you give this to Ella from Felix Morbottom? Thank you very much for last night. Come and see me. Hope she enjoyed the performance. Secondly, use your goggles back. Very good. But can I have my blood back now?
I see she's been up to that again. It explains a lot. It kind of picks up the rose. Yes, I will give her the message. As for your blood, well, I don't have it. However, I'm sure Weller does, and you'll be Weller looked after.
I'm gonna walk into myself at some point and go, oh shit, there's a clone.
Maybe that's what she's doing right now.
Do you know why
Taking the day
Weller
off.
collects people's
Busy
bloods?
cloning you. Yeah, but if she's done this before, what happened last time?
Well, I don't know. Can't say I ever saw the person that came back. However, she's been around for quite a while, so you know, I'm pretty sure it's nothing too nefarious. She'd be kicked out of the school for one.
Okay. Do you want to keep the goggles till you...
No,
find it?
no, go on.
Alright, cool. Alright.
Well, that's good because that's not really our policy. That's hers. So thank you very much.
Where does Weller live?
I have no idea.
Do you know
I mean,
who
she
does
may have
that?
bunks in the school here still.
Okay, cool. Do you know...
I think she lives in a house with lots of cats.
That's a strong stereotype.
I think that. Lots of cats. Did you see how many wands she had?
Yes, once.
Are we asking what they need collecting?
So can we just clarify, she set us up with a deal to go and, I don't know if you know about this, to go and collect...
It's a missing stock of yours.
Yeah. Is that correct?
Are you from the Leave It To You Guild?
No.
Maybe you're slightly more capable.
Alright, so...
Can you remind
Yes,
us what
there
you're
are
looking
things that have gone missing. We have several satchels of ingredients for our potions. Some elf's ears. They're flowers, not the actual elf's ears.
for? Good to know.
Yeah. Halfling's bottom. Again, the mushroom, not the actual
Brilliant.
halfling's bottom.
And what is all this? Is it going to be in a box? Do we
Well,
think a box
I
of
imagine
stuff?
they would come dried, so maybe in some sort of satchel or a bag. I'm not sure, I don't really take stock of the wands or any other kind of items, but if you see any, they should have an RI stamped on them, just to mark them out for Rifty's Institute.
Cool. Great.
But if you can get them back, I mean, I don't know what Weller offered you. Well, I know what she offered you, but as a group, I don't know what they offered you in return for these items. However, what I can say is I can give you the princely sum of 75 gold pieces here, and maybe if everything comes back intact, we can look at getting an item, maybe given to you as well. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's alright.
Excellent.
I reckon I'll be alright.
It's been a good morning.
Depends how difficult it is to get it, of course, but we'll do our best.
Well, yes. I'm sure you will regale me with your adventures when you come back.
Can I ask one last question?
Yes.
Where would you buy a camel from?
A camel?
Yes. If you were going to go to the desert, would you go on camel or horse?
Well, I would probably take a broom or something that I can fly. But, however,
Magic carpet.
I know they're quite expensive, and well, if you get knocked off, they just keep going. So you know, somewhat of a problem and a liability. Rudimental magics, you know.
Borrow to make getting this stuff back to you quicker.
Oh lords, no, we don't need it that badly. As it is, camels you can probably get from the caravanners, the DHT, D something like that. Deliveries, horses, trade, or
what you mean.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the stables have them. Alternatively, we have some hardy horses now. You know.
Great, thanks.
Done.
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent.
Nice to meet you.
Have a pleasant day. Thank you for coming to Riffities.
Okay, cool. What next?
Where next?
We need to talk to the caravan.
Swords.
Sword, get the
What was the name of that elf guy?
They just called him.
He wouldn't tell us.
Master
He said
Blacksmith.
Master
He did tell you.
He did tell us his name.
He
He
told
eventually.
you, and you came and saw him the next day, and it was Thalin.
Oh,
You know what we should have
Thalin.
done? We should have watched it on YouTube.
On YouTube, we should have double checked. Damn it.
Shameless plug.
Definitely not what I did to remember the names.
Okay, let's go see Thalin then.
Tally ho to the blacksmith.
Okay. So you guys weave your way back through the city, back towards the blacksmiths. Again, you see find Thalin walking around, observing, looking at the blacksmithing work that's going off, but not actually being involved in it himself. As he appears, he turns and he says, "Ah! Reginald and his friends have come back. Marvellous. I did say I would drop the sword off to you, though. Eager I see. Bear with me." He disappears off. Comes back through. I'm sure this will be to your liking.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
We're sorry to have dropped in on you early.
Has it got to be paid for?
It does have to be paid for, yes.
Remind us of the price, kind
It
of.
was 80 gold pieces.
Have we got 80 gold pieces? Yeah. So, yeah, I can write that down. I can take it off his inventory. I can go into his player, can't I, and change that.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
can
making
In
do
it.
that.
fact,
Yeah.
he's not here, so let's pay him 82.
Ooh, yeah, just a little bit of a...
Hi, and here's it. I can't do a South African accent.
I thought you were trying to be Texas. You're doing it really well.
Maybe we should
Well,
Here's an extra two. Here's an extra 2 gold. Yeah,
Troubles.
for your troubles. There you go.
an extra 2 gold. My Reginald, you do know how to spoil your blacksmiths. Thank you so much.
So we had to come early. We're off on a little bit of an adventure. Yesterday you said that there were some items that hadn't got to you.
Yes, we're missing several.
We're heading out to the desert,
lots of
so we
ore.
wondered if we could keep an eye out for anything for you.
Well, if you do come across the little blighters that have been taking our goods, please make sure you bring back one of their heads for me.
I can arrange it. We got a bag of holding now.
But also, yes, we have missed our last 2 shipments of ore. I fear it might be somewhat heavy for you to carry.
I'll give it to the big guy. Will he be able to carry it, or will it be too much for young Reg?
Well, it's still quite a lot, and it is sand, so probably quite awkward for you. Maybe if you got a sled or something, you know, with some pack animals.
And how will we know that
Maybe some magic to make it lighter.
what we're
The world's a wonderful
looking for? Is it going to be? Are they going to be in boxes or?
Well,
Is it
it's
gonna be marked?
big rocks of metal ore. Should be fairly unusual in the desert.
Okay.
Told us. Right, okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
I'm pretty sure you guys realised he was an asshole last time.
Yeah, we should have.
Well, you should be fairly cool with a season elf. Maybe.
Yeah, you're fancy.
You need to like.
Fancy it up.
Well, you're a druid in it, so you probably got straw in your ear or something.
Some feathers. Don't put
Yeah.
that much on there.
Okay.
But you can turn him into something.
Okay. So
Cool.
what would you pay to have that returned to you? What's it worth to you?
Well, originally you were going to get the sword at a reduced price, but
Well,
now
you don't
you
need
paid
it
me
now.
so generously for the
And he's got a new sword, hasn't he?
Yeah, it does.
sword.
I've got a new sword.
Did you just
Well-
here as well?
Let me have a look. Everybody wants paying. How many orders are we behind?
We don't have to look for it.
Yeah, I mean we don't have to bring it back if you're
It's
not attached
heavy,
to
right?
it.
We got to get spell, we got to get sledge, right?
Yeah.
Our other
It's gonna
clients,
take a
all
lot
of
of
their
work for
things
us.
are lightweight, quick.
And they've
I
got
just
some
say
quite
leave the
strong
stuff.
walls.
Yeah, just leave the
Yeah.
stuff here. I would.
Very well, you drive a hard bargain. I will pay you 100 gold pieces.
Whoop, whoop. That's double what everybody else is.
Consider
I'm
it a
joking.
payment on your sled.
but sled. Oh shit.
And I wish I was there to see you try and negotiate that from the caravans.
Well, I think they could use the help, so we'll see how it goes.
Anything else, or can I get back to work?
No, that's fine. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You are most welcome.
And we'll bug off.
Okay.
So we still need to talk to caravan people.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I don't.
Do you want to try and find Wella, or are we not bothered?
Nah.
God no.
See how that turns
Noah.
out later.
No.
Noah. Okay. So we still need to get some water before we go, and we want to look at animals. Yeah? Oh wait, no. Do we need to be around for them to pick up the stone from us?
Well, I think they're just going to probably
Let's
appear
figure it
at the caravan place because that's where they told us to go.
Or will they not come to pick it up from our...
I thought they're not. I think.
Oh no, we were meant to leave it.
told them to put it behind the bar.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we said we
Okay.
would leave the
We leave
stone. Reggie arranged for it to be left behind the bar.
Oh, so he's left it behind the bar. So that's
Yeah.
with
fine.
the, the halfling.
The stone, yeah, the stone was to be left at the cupid's
pub.
fire, and
Oh,
it'd be
cool.
collected.
Okay, so that's fine. So we just need transport and water then,
So
maybe?
you looking to head straight out?
No, well, we really need to go and see these people, don't we?
The
What-
caravanners,
the
you've got the
caravanners. Yeah,
Leave
we
It To
see
You
the first
guild.
I can't be bothered going to see them amateurs.
Or they might pay us more money.
Well, they won't, will they? They must
Do
be
you
taking.
need one?
I've worked with agents.
they've got a
trust
sledge?
me.
Should we leave them? Yeah. Or they might have a sled that we
Well,
can
leave
use
it
if
to
we
you.
join them
No,
again.
let's go and see it.
Caravanners.
The caravanners.
Do you want to get the stuff first? The water and stuff first? Or should we just
Nah,
do
let's go and see the
it? Alright,
caravanners.
let's do it.
Because they must have quite a lot of equipment. Because if they're doing it all the time,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, can we,
We just get it all from them.
or can we go out with them and say, right, you take us on your route,
Yeah.
and we'll protect you on your route and drop us off where things are disappearing.
Bodyguards. Good shout.
Because,
Cool.
like, it's a desert. How the way we're gonna, like,
Yeah, we're getting really lost.
yeah.
Good call.
Let's go.
Okay.
To
Do
the
we know where it
caravan,
is?
isn't it? Yeah.
So, we're off to the caravanners?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go wandering around, asking a few people, find your way there. Outside, there's a swinging sign, says, deliveries, horses, trade. With a picture of a camel on it.
I like a camel.
You step inside, there's an open doorway. It doesn't actually have a door in it when I say it's an open doorway. It more looks like a stables that has been emptied out.
I
And
mean, is it that building?
like that building.
I'll put this outside just to add to the narrative for 2 minutes.
Yeah, why not? I draw a really bad camel.
102.
It's got a 1. Was it geometries in?
So you step inside, and inside there is, standing at the counter, mildly just giving themselves a wipe, is a ginger tabaxi.
Oh, I like a tabaxi.
For those that don't know what a tabaxi is, it's a cat person.
I like a tabaxi. Tabaxi. I can't say it.
Standing up,
You like him so much. That's it.
looking very disinterested in the world, admiring its porn. Bring it back down. Oh, hello.
Hello, you handsome
Oh.
creature. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent.
We'd like to help. We've heard a lot about stuff going missing, and it sounds like you've been really unfortunate being attacked quite a lot on your passages across the desert, and we really want to help.
Yes. Oh, good. Are you from the Leave It To You Guild?
No.
We're a separate group.
I mean,
They don't know what they're doing.
We're much more efficient.
they have had 2 people die supposedly out there.
Oh, we're not going to die.
You're not going to die. That's reassuring, isn't it? I like that. Yes. Well, yes, I do need your help. As you can see, I'm the only one left here at the moment. Everybody's out on trade. But,
When's your next delivery due to go out?
well, we're several behind now. Unfortunately, we've had several of our members go missing. 2 haven't returned. I think the other 2 just never, came back to the desert. It's a hard life. Nobody really enjoys crossing it, but it pays well.
So I think what we'd like to do, to help you for a fair price of course, is to help you on your next crossing out, to come with you as bodyguards and to make sure that you get there safely and efficiently.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, it is maybe 2 days away. I need somebody else to be back here to mind our store. But what I can supply you with on the way through... Actually, hold on a moment. You said you wanted to go and retrieve some things. So if you're retrieving the goods that are stolen, you won't be protecting me all the way through the desert.
Depends if you'd want to wait for us while we gathered the things.
Well, it's not so much me wanting to wait as I'm happy to spend all the time in the world lounging in the sun. However, we have deliveries to make. And deliveries, people do not like being late.
Surely it's better to be protected some of the way than none of the way.
More to the point, it's better that you sort all of this problem out. Because let's be honest about this.
We can fix this.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
You
you'll
can
be down
trundle across the desert. You can put,
to
yeah.
lounge in the sun as much as you'd like.
We can make this little run safe as hell for you.
And if your deliveries are all going missing, what's the point in your shop being open?
No.
We may as well close up. We may as well go and sort this out right now.
Well...
Can I roll a persuasion?
You can.
Whoop whoop. Alright. 14. Doesn't seem very interested, does he?
Well, I think you can drive a bargain. I tell you what, 2 days, when my partner has come back, he may choose to go out on another run again, in which case I may find somebody to mind the shop. And I'll take you out as a guide across the desert. How does that sound? And if you get the things back, and they're all in one piece, of course, then we can talk about a deal. If you can get things back and they're not in one piece, well then you'll get paid slightly less. But I like you and I think you're going to do a good job.
Let's wait 2 days.
That's alright.
It's okay.
I can chill up 2 days.
The sorcerer's scored.
I'd quite like to find out about these.
Yeah, we can find out about the judges.
There's 2 things. I want to know about the judges, and I want to find that son of a bitch who got us all the way over
Yeah,
here.
Black Cape Man. Yes.
I'd
okay.
love to know how we did that.
Okay, so should we say okay to this? We can get
Are you going to be able to provide us with horses or something
Supplies?
to travel across, and a sledge to bring things back? That's stuff
Well,
that
yes,
you've
we
got?
do have a sled that we can provide and with a camel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as there's only 2 of us left, we have only 2 camels, so
Okay.
I'm afraid you'll have to share.
But we got the sledge
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
camels to pull the sledge, so that's the main thing, isn't it?
and water and supplies as well.
Food and water.
Well, water you can find anywhere. There are fountains.
yeah, it goes with
You all look like you're getting a lot of money from this deal, so I'm pretty sure you can find some water.
shop.
We'll do our best.
Very good.
Shop
And I'll
is-
make sure I provide some treats along the way. How's that?
Great, thank you. Well, we'll come back then in 2 days. And what's
Oh,
your
don't
name?
be so quick to run. My name is Benji.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before we leave?
Well, I have all day. What would you like to discuss?
I think we'll. What do you guys want to do? I think we'll go and do some things before we have to come back to you
Ah.
and make some preparations. But it's lovely to meet you.
I
And we'll
understand.
be back soon.
Well, see you in 2 days.
See you in 2 days.
Thanks.
Cool.
Alright, so what do you want to do first?
How's about you guys go and get store,
Okay.
start things we need, rations, provisions, all that, and then I head back to the pub with young Reggie, and we have a little sit in the corner and watch and see who picks up the storm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then if they're invisible, follow them. So we can find out where to contact them as well, which we need to know.
I mean, I think they'll come to us when they want to talk to us. I think they're-
Reggie's saying he paid up front for the sword last game.
Oh.
Did he?
Yeah. You can argue about that at the game later.
Oh. Or we can look at YouTube and find
Well,
out.
yeah, there we go. There's a reason to look back at YouTube.
I'm not going to tell them. Yeah, so can we...
He may have done, to be fair. I can't remember.
Can these young ladies go off to guess provisions? They're gonna have they can haggle all that. They don't need me. And then could me and Reggie, could we just sit in the inn and possibly just watch to see who collects the
If it's not already gone.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
You can. Okay. So, I think. So, is there anything else you want to do? Because we can get through those bits quite quick, unless you particularly want to roleplay them.
Not really.
I'd be intrigued to see who picks up.
Apart from that bit, yeah.
Yeah, I would just be, I would this just in about, I'm not going to follow him because I don't want to get us into trouble too much at the minute because...
I'm assuming it's going to be somebody in a cloak with their hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
assuming. Or maybe they'll just send a kid
Maybe. Yeah.
because they said non-magical hands.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Definitely
Thank
got
you.
fees.
Okay. Alright, so for you two, I need a list of the things that you're wanting to buy.
Rations.
Okay.
Food and water.
Yeah.
Rations and water.
So right.
Anything else? You might want to check what you already have in you because your starting equipment does provide you usually with rations and at least 50 feet of hemp rope,
Yes.
which is good for every adventurer.
Rations. Oh, we've got 1 day of rations.
Yeah, I've got 1 day
Oh no, I've
of
got
rations.
10 rations for 1 day, but I've got 10 of them.
Oh yeah, I've got 5.
Okay.
Oh no, it's cost. How do you know?
So it's interesting
Oh,
that
wait,
none of
gosh,
you
yeah, I've
asked
got 10
Benji quite how
How
long
long?
Oh yeah.
was
damn.
needed.
That's really-
And well, you've disappointed him now, haven't you, by
Oh,
saying
no.
you'd talk with him all day and then left him out to dry. Poor Benji.
He's not going to tell us now, is he?
He's already shut shop. He's gone. He's crying.
Oh,
You could
no.
walk past and all you hear is
Yeah, I've got 10 lots of that anyway.
Okay,
rations.
I've got
Okay.
1 water skin. But I guess we need more than that.
Okay.
Probably.
So 4 of you. So let's say you would need another 10 days worth of rations
Yeah.
and another 3 water spoons. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, for you guys, I need either a persuasion or intimidation rolls from you.
I will persuasion.
Whatever you're wanting to do to whittle the price down.
Persuasion.
Um,
Intimidation, otherwise.
Are we both
Felix.
rolling?
Yes, please. Felix and Reginald.
19 plus 3. 22.
Okay.
Nice.
So we got it all for free.
No. Were you not rolling, Caster?
I did roll, but it was crap, so I was staying very quiet in the corner. No, I got 11.
Okay. Alright, I'll get back to you in a second. So, you get back to the Crooked Spire. You settle down for a lunchtime. The stone hasn't been collected yet as far as you are aware. Mainly because it's still in the wrappings that you've left it on the side of the bar. About 2 hours goes past. And there's an influx, a swell of people. Make me a perception check. The lunchtime
Can I do an
swell.
advantage because Reggie's looking as well?
Sure.
Someone?
13.
Oh. Leave it.
Doesn't count.
No, it's... Oh,
13.
13.
That'll be a 13.
13s, perception 15.
Okay.
1
So, you were right in your thoughts. As through the swell of people, you don't see the stone getting picked up. But, as you set a panic amongst the pair of you, as you see that the stone is missing off the side of the bar from where it was, you manage to find just in time, being that particular height to see between people, you manage to see a young boy running off with it.
He's running down the street there. Look.
Oh, he's lagging it.
So, running off with the wrappings and the stone inside.
Okay,
Looks very similar to the boy in clothing that delivered your clothes off after you spoke to
Oh, the tailor.
yes, we do have his name. Rowan.
Oh, yeah.
So the people that bought, you know, you said you want to see the people who bought us here. This is the same people we're working for now.
Yeah.
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 You think the people that bought you here are the people that's working for you?
As in the guy with the magic stone? I don't
Yeah.
think so, because otherwise
No,
they'd
they-
know what it was.
Oh,
and they
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
wanna look
true.
it up.
Oh, you think you're working for the bad guy? Potentially the bad guy. I like
Maybe.
it. I
We
like
don't know
it.
that.
Conspiracies.
But they did. Yeah, they didn't know it was
They
fraud.
didn't know
did
what
they?
it was or how. Well, they knew kind of how it works, but they want to look at it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they told
no,
you it was a
that's
portal
what they've
stone.
told us. That's
True.
what they've told us. They've
Yeah.
told us they want to look at it because they don't know what it is. Doesn't mean that's true. They might need the missing piece because they've got the other half of it. They might need the whole thing.
But they said they'd give it back.
Yeah, we get it back.
They said they'd give it back.
True. Well, there's one way to find out, isn't it? Find out soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got
Okay.
2 days.
So,
Yeah.
your rations.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba. And water. Okay, so you get it all in total for 35 silver pieces.
That's cheap.
I'll take it out of the potty.
Fund.
Okay.
Oh, you said party. I thought you said potty.
I
was
did.
like,
Sorry. Not earlier.
I'll take it out of the
I'm gonna
potty.
tell
Party fund, yes.
I got quite a lot of gold. So, how much gold you got?
35 silver.
Now, you know that fella said we should
How much gold have we
buy some sort
150.
of magic to make all this stuff lighter.
Yes.
Is that something we should do?
Check
could
another
go.
45 of the gold. Then. Cool.
Or not?
You what, sorry?
That fella said we should buy some magic to make the stuff lighter.
But we've got a sled now, mate, and camels and stuff.
Oh no, it's still going to be heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, we could go and ask.
Or is
It'll
it
be
bother?
right.
So that'll be alright? Okay, cool.
Unless
We
it's...
could ask at the magic shop. But
Do
it's
we have to
probably
go
okay.
back, yeah?
No, we
No.
don't. No, fuck it, it's fine.
I'm a bit daunted by God's here. I'd go back with the tabaxi and just check. Just pop into it and say, I would with it, I guess. I'd go back the next day and go, I tell you, one more day to... Can we go back and see the tabaxi, please?
But this is the next day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Just got
Yeah,
round to buying
So
more
next
stuff,
day,
what we need.
you're heading back to
Yeah.
Deliveries Horses Trade.
Yeah.
In we go. Hello. How very rude of us, sir. How are you today? We are planning on leaving tomorrow.
Well, good morning. Yes, we are.
How's about we go for a little drink this evening just to celebrate before we leave.
Well,
I'll supply some milk.
do you know us tabaxis are actually lactose intolerant? That's just a joke. I don't even know what lactose is.
Hey,
Benji.
Oh, Benji.
I like this guy.
Me too.
So, where are we drinking?
It's Crooked Spire, drinks on us.
I may have a problem there.
What's the
Ah,
problem,
Is there a
tell
place
me?
you prefer?
Well, no, it's just that I have a bit of a tab with Crooked Spire.
How much is a
how
tab?
much?
It's 15,
15 gold pieces.
Yes, 15.
How's about coming up, you and me up? I tell you what, if you roadie for me tonight, carry my loot.
How big's your loot? Oh. It's not made of
Be
solid
fine.
metal.
Come up. You can when they start coming and asking for autographs or whatever, you can just go around with a cap collecting the money. First 15 gold is yours. You can pay off your bill. I'll see the landlord. The rest of the night's on us. Come on, pussy, cat, pretty thing. Grr.
Well, seeing as you put it so nicely,
Yes.
I'll be there. What time?
Come about. Do you want to have dinner with us? What time do you knock off work?
Well, we usually close here around 7.
Yeah, go on. You can go on first, or you come straight over.
Comb your whiskers.
Yeah, put your best whistle on.
Ah.
Look nice, come over. And yeah,
Which one am
we'll
I looking
treat
nice for, though? Is it you? You? Or you?
All of us.
you. Yeah.
I didn't realise it was this kind of party.
Reggie's like, whoop.
Well, I think our trip will be all sorts of fun.
I reckon so. Reg is sweating and
That's great.
I turned to him and go, see, I thought I got you, pussy. Right.
Okay. I'll see you at 7-ish.
Yes.
See you at the Crooked Spire.
Wicked. I feel better for doing that. Can we also, one last thing as well, before we meet Reggie tonight and we do everything, is the
Benji.
little, what's his name, Benji? Can we just see if that guy's the newspaper kid?
There is, yes. So
Yes.
there are several. There, so you've seen several throughout the town.
Yeah.
So you know there are various points throughout the day they'll come around.
Or
with
town
Cymbra
crier, or
news.
like, just to hear
Yeah.
if there's any.
News.
Yeah.
For that then.
Yeah. So, what you have noticed is you get another paper, and not unusually there are ads and there are things in there. In that first paper, what you kind of saw, then, to say it in a bad way, but you almost dismissed, was this missings page, and there's pets. There's also there today one for a child that's gone missing. Roll
Is there
me.
description of the child that's missing?
Yes.
Does it look like the
The one who
child
picked
that's
up the
picked up
thing?
the stone and
It does
delivered our
not.
clothes? Okay.
Small brown hair, freckles,
Human?
human. Do you pass comments about this to anyone else? Do you ask anyone around about it?
We could ask the
ask the pub.
innkeeper.
Yeah.
You don't
Well-
have to. It's
May as well. If we're in the pub anyway.
Well, it'd be good to know where he went missing, because if it was anywhere near the desert, we could keep our eye out while we're there.
Other than the manor houses.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we'll ask the innkeeper.
Spriggan with a Y, not an I. yes.
Oh,
So we send up Reggie, and Reggie's like, so then, Spriggan, tell me about this missing child.
he's Irish.
He is now.
Fabulous.
Close to us.
I like this. It's like guess what accent Reggie's got next. I love it. It's good. When Kyle comes back, this is what he's got to do from now on. Well, yes. So The missing child. Is it another one or is it the? Well, never mind. You know what?
What do
You
you
show
mean?
the
Another
article.
one.
How many have there been?
Oh,
They
what did he say?
tend to happen quite a lot. How many of you are actually talking to Spriggan? Because you said you sent Reggie up, and now
Yeah,
you're
let's send
talking.
Reggie up.
Oh, yeah, sorry, shut up.
That's fine. I don't mind you all
Yeah,
being
it's
there.
It's alright, Reggie's not,
He's on it.
bless him. I don't think he'd be quite as quick as you anyway, so we might have missed that. I think he'd go, yeah, this one in the paper, type this one.
No. One moment, and turns around, hops off his stool, and hands back again. Yes. What? Well, I guess they've been missing a few days now. If it's made it into the news, terrible bloody thing, isn't it? But then again, it happens quite often. So I'm sure they have some nursery rhymes or something made up in the schools. Don't stand around the street corners, otherwise you might get caught. I don't know if that's it, but I liked it. So, I tell you what, you look very upset by this. If it makes you feel better, you know the big square. So if you kind of head off towards where the main town hall is from the big square, what you'll come up to is you'll see a wall that it's down an alleyway now because, well, there's been building that's happened, but there's something there you might find quite interesting. You don't have to go. I can see you're all very busy here.
Let's go see what it is. Come on. Not ready.
Reggie comes back to the group and he says, he says, thanks very much, gives a gold, because it's not my money. Reggie gives a gold. Gives gold, slides across counter, well done. Orders around. Are these guys back by now? Are you back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tells you and me.
So it's about 6:30. You've got about 30 minutes before Benji turns up, assuming he will turn up.
Why don't you two stay here and meet Benji, have a song and a dance, and we'll go check that thing.
Yeah, I could do some gigging.
Okay, we'll go.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go explore.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you guys head off towards the wall. Okay, so you guys head off down there. While we're waiting, while we're describing this, make me 2 performance rolls, please.
Make sure Benji doesn't drink too much milk.
I think that's a crit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a crit. Da, 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 da. That's 25 for the first one.
Nice.
Oh.
6. That's because I get pissed by the end of the evening.
Just go set it down.
11 for the second one.
25 and 11.
Okay.
That's
Thank
2.
you.
That's 2 crits I've rolled on performance.
Okay, so you guys head off. It takes you about 15 minutes to get over to where this wall is. And the only reason that you notice it now is that it's down an alleyway, pretty much, almost down the back of where the town hall is. Going down the alleyway, it looks like there used to be shops here, but you can kind of see things where they've either been stoned up or boarded up. Get to the end, and pretty much the whole of the back wall is covered in missing posters of varying ages, all of small children that have been taken, ranging as far back as 150 years ago. It looks like maybe someone's just written that on them. But the wall is covered.
Do they say where they think, the posters say where they think the people go missing from?
From the city.
What, no particular,
No
like
particular-
last seen here
no.
or...
They do have those on, but they're not all from like
Consistency.
the nursery or
No, okay.
so something like that. They're from different parts of the city. If you spend time looking through them quite thoroughly, what you'll notice is the last one that was put up on here was several months ago. since then there's been no more.
Apart from the new one that just happened.
Well, the new one that's just happened is in the paper, but isn't up on this wall.
Are they all? Are they well cared for kids? Are they rich kids? Are they poor kids? Can we tell any of that from the posters?
Only by the varying levels of reward, pretty much. And they kind of vary from sort of 500 gold. Some have said all that we have. Some unfortunately have only 30 silver pieces. So
there's no consistency in anything really, is there?
Not really.
From that they're
Girls
kids.
and boys?
They're children, girls and boys, not just humans, elves as well.
I think it's Wella. She's cloning them.
Like an army.
I think she's the evil one.
Okay. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Should you head back to the pub?
Yeah.
Okay. Feeling very somber. If you asked anybody as you were walking along, if you saw anybody out in the street and you wanted to talk to them, you'd find that this does happen quite regularly, similar to what Spriggan said. So much so that there's almost been an immunity to it built up, apart from those that it's happened to. And now they mention it, what you tend to find is in the evenings, once the sun begins to set, there are very few children outside.
Once they turn the lamps on, kids kind of go in.
But you eventually get back to the Crooked Spire, where your wonderful Mr. Felix.
Yeah.
Felix, a short bottom, long bottom?
Short bottom, small bottom, whichever you prefer.
He's giving
Fifi,
a rousing rendition of his favourite song.
Tonight it's Smoky Dragon's Bottom Lip, which is a classic.
As they all are with you.
I dare say it is.
Exactly.
Again, I've done the Milkmaid's Daughter.
Yeah.
Because
in public again.
Yeah. Some great tunes in there. I've bought the backseat drink. I've settled up with a bar. Keep. How much did he owe?
15 gold.
Right, so if I pay him 15 gold, because then that way when he comes in there's no problem straight away, is there? He can come in and...
So you paid for him before he got there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because if he doesn't turn up, then we won't need to pay it.
Well,
that's very good.
It just means that...
Going to the desert with him, aren't we?
Yeah, it's like... What's the point, like?
You paid him with Reggie's money as well, or you
Bloody good idea.
No!
Okay, so he pays them and gets to about 7:30, but Benji does turn up.
Yeah.
Of course. Fashionably late. He's a cat.
Exactly. Does what he wants when he wants.
They can climb walls, and the things they can do is amazing. They got a double dash. They got a trait where they can just dash, can't they? They are wicked.
So
that was out the character.
You come in whilst all the crowd are singing about the Smoky Dragon's bottom lip.
Yeah.
As asked, Benji is going around with a cap.
Of course he is.
Doing his thing. Let me... Benji rolled a 2.
Oh.
Can I give him bardic inspiration?
Yeah, go for it.
Go on, and you can roll 6 die for him, and I'll take up a bardic inspiration.
Excellent. Okay.
Any luck?
Well, yeah, so while you're playing, you do occasionally see him. It looks like he's getting into kind of like arguments with some of the patrons. And they look, when they look that they're going to go and put more in, they seem to take a few coins back and then drop them in. Not everyone, but a few. And yeah, he comes back and you've still got a reasonable amount. You've still got 43.
Nice.
That's alright, isn't it?
Gold.
43 gold.
Which is pretty good from a crit and a 2. Good job you rolled a crit in your performance.
I know we'd have enough then. Cool. And I'll obviously pay, because I'm that way inclined, I'll pay for everybody's food that night, and I'll make sure that everybody has a good feeding.
Excellent.
And whatever.
I can't remember what I said for the night's food and keep last time, but let's call it 5 silver a person.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay for all that then, so that's...
I'm glad you're paying, because I haven't really got any money for a rich person.
So can I just give him again? Can I just go up? Here's 2
You don't
gold.
need money. Don't touch the coin.
By all means.
I want to get a reputation of being like, you know, when I rock up into town.
Everything's cheap.
Hey, big spender.
Well, yeah, really, because you let me perform here, and I'm making a bit of money from a place. So
Yeah, absolutely. Spriggan is most welcoming of more, and he's like, oh yeah. Well, Felix, it's been great having you here. Another halfling and a fantastic singer as well.
pleasure.
I hope you stay around much longer, Jens.
We'll stay in town for as long as we can. I have one last question to ask you before we go to bed or whatever we're going to do.
Retire for the evening.
Because we're all tired. Do you know anything about these, what are they called, the judges? Have they always been, I think is my question. Just that. Spriggan, buy yourself a drink. And I said another cold call across the table, and I say, tell me anything you know, you handsome sod. Then I'll take another gold off.
Well, from one halfling to another, I must say that yes, the judges have always been here, as far as I can remember anyway, and I moved here many years ago. Rumour has it that they're all immortal.
Yeah.
Nobody's actually seen their face, I don't think. I don't know for certain. But the courts are something to behold. When all 7 of them are there in their masks, it is something quite sightly. That said, if you have enough coin, you can get a private audience with one of them. I don't know how much it would cost for all 7. Too much for my blood, but they rule with an iron fist, so I hear, but they're very good. The town is prospering, and it's only grown from strength to strength.
We're having this conversation in halfling.
Yep.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
So I just say to him, so you are happy with their leadership?
I am happy because I don't know anything else. They're pretty quiet amongst themselves, I think, and well, I'm not of the nobility, so I don't have the problems that they probably do and the machinations to decide to do anything against them. I would say that, you know, we have our faults like any city. Crime is still around, albeit less so than normal. But as I'm sure your friend told you, we do have a spate of children going missing.
You didn't mention that.
Again, been happening for as long as I can remember. There used to be walls covered with posters, requests for help and that sort of thing. That was where the guild was first made, the Adventurers Guild. Unfortunately, it's never been that good, I don't think. Although, Erasashi, I think his name is. He's a dragonborn that runs it now.
Yeah.
Very good, but very sure of himself.
Yeah.
He runs the what?
Dragonborn's doing.
But, well, yes, they're all like that. But once you get past that, he's quite a amenable fellow, really. But I believe that he's the only capable one out of them. But he took it over, so it didn't start out with the Leave It To You Guild. That name came about, and I don't think is actually their real name. That name came about because, well, they didn't want to leave it to them, so it got left to the actual people to deal with. You know, we'll leave it to you. It's quite bad, really, isn't it? Yes. So, yes. So some good things, some bad things. I can give you a couple of their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be quite useful.
Okay. Well,
I've got a pen and ink. So do I want to keep the evidence?
well, there is.
Can you? I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna say to because I want to do all this very surreptitiously in
You could just remember the
Half.
names.
Just
Thing.
message us
And tell
to
them
us
to
and we
us.
can write it down.
yes, but I don't want him saying the names.
Well, you say it in.
Well, you can't be that bothered because he's willing to say them.
Everyone must know.
Hang on a minute. Reggie was in this very bar. This is out the character. A few nights ago, and he just mentioned the portal, and suddenly we get summoned with a note in your pocket. I don't think we should be standing in a pub full of people having comments about the people around the city all about to employ us and their possibility of. We shouldn't be really asking questions.
He's
So,
telling me are you not telling us the name of the adventurers?
I know
No,
he's going to tell. I
the
think you were.
judges.
I think you were telling us the name of the judges
Yeah.
or the adventurers.
Spriggan
Yeah.
Yeah.
was telling you the name of the judges. Yeah, he
Yeah.
told you
Oh, right.
Arasashi was the Dragonborn that heads
Yeah.
up the guild, the Adventurers Guild.
No, I have no problem with that. But the minute we start really prodding at the hornet's nest,
But yeah, he's got a couple of the names of. the
Oh, okay.
I just say to him very subtly, I say, it's all right. Just write them a bit of paper for me. Thank you.
Okay. So he writes down the name Vim
Yeah.
Fuldar. And then he puts a dash
Yeah.
and he says Southern Ward.
Please, I'll see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he gives you the name Suma Stillhaven.
Still Haven. Yeah.
And he puts a dash and he puts Under Ward.
Got yeah. Okay, it's like the city's broken up with their parishes.
Yeah. That's what's
And
up.
he slides a note back to you.
And I very quickly flourish, disguise myself, maybe like even pull a like I wanted to disappear and never have been there. If you want me to do a sleight of hand, I can kind of like
Make a sleight of hand.
I know
You
it's
need
kind
to
of clever.
find out if these names are like common knowledge. Like, does everybody
I don't-
know?
Yeah. So
Well-
if he only knows two, they must all not be.
Can I bardic inspiration? I can't really bardic inspiration myself, can I?
No.
Okay, so that's 12 plus 3. Okay, 15. That's not bad. 15.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so you kind of goes, you grab your drink and you just kind of, you know,
Eat
take
it.
it back and no.
Stuff it in the
Yeah.
pocket,
Yeah.
and then later on, before we go to bed, I message these guys with those names, and then
I can fire it.
yeah, once we're well at the prying eyes and everything, I give it to Castor and she just like
Okay. Yeah. Nice. I love how conspiracy theory you're getting. It's good. It's good.
Although we're
Okay.
cautious.
So we're leaving it there for the night.
Yeah, bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Benji goes back. Not actually that drunk. In fact, although you've been buying him drinks, you haven't really seen him drink anything. And in fact, when you say buying him drinks, now you're thinking about it, you only bought him one at the start of the night. The rest of the time, every time he's offered, he's always brought back change back to you. Different amounts, different coins, but the same amount that you gave him.
Oh.
Maybe he's not a drinker. That bodes quite well if he's being a
well,
guy.
I don't think that's the problem. I think he's nicking shit, isn't he?
Nicking what?
Money.
From?
People as he's going to the pub. Tabaxi's a really
He was really
quick.
crap at it. People were taking monies off him, weren't they? So he's probably got that.
But that was
much.
no, that was
like his
because
decoy.
he didn't. That was because he rolled a 2.
Yeah,
That
I know.
he-
See,
but
yeah.
I have a funny feeling Tabaxi are quite. We've got to watch his bugger.
Do you reckon he's half inch some bit?
Well, I might have. But before we go to bed, can I just roll?
Not to cast stereotypes onto people. He could have just been like a sober tabaxi. Yeah, no, he's nicking him.
But they tend to be quite. They are
Stereotyping
quite. I reckon, you know.
Well,
It's fine.
I think
It's
I'm
fine.
let's just
see how it
what we
goes.
So-
yeah.
I like
Dinner
like
night
him.
rolls around.
Friendly.
it. So, yeah.
Did he eat food?
He ate with you, yeah.
So
I'm
we know
assuming
he's
you
not
all
a
ate
vamp-
together.
Right, so he's
Yeah.
not undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going to go smaller conspiracies, let's go he's not undead.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you all ate together, and he's quite happy chatting to you. He tells you how he arrived here a few years ago.
And he told us
Um,
how long our mission was going to take, I'm assuming, in this conversation.
If you asked him.
We did,
Yes.
yes.
You did? Oh, okay. Yeah. So it'll take you a couple of days ride to get where they believe
Okay.
the area is. He doesn't know for certain because it hasn't happened to him because he's still around. Although he's pretty quick and he's pretty sure he can outrun anything when it comes down to it.
Is he a partner in this? Who does he work for?
Well, there started out to be several of them.
Yeah.
And in fact, he starts telling you the story, and then it's kick-out time at the pub. And he says, "It's okay, I'll tell you tomorrow. We'll meet crack of dawn.
Fair enough.
I'll have the camels ready."
Well,
And we'll leave it there for this session.
Yeah.
Thank
Good,
you very
that.
much, everyone.
Bye.
No.